Hello guys, welcome to today's art session once again. I am going to be working on Miller Nullings from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. I don't know how many of you guys have seen that movie, but I personally love it so much. Hello Dover, how are you doing today? I'm curious to see what you're gonna choose for me to draw for you. Really excited. So, I need to decide, am I going to do a background or am I just gonna do like a plain character? Haven't really decided yet. You have seen it. It's such an awesome movie. It really is, right? It really is. It's super unique. I wish they'd do like a runner-up one. I just love it, you know? Cannibal Snacks, how are you? How's it going today? Alright, so I think, first things first, I'm gonna open a couple of references of like the backgrounds and just see if I'm keen to like maybe do some grasses and things, because I have a feeling I might. So I'll have a look. Maybe the one they did of Miller Nullings, if I can actually spell Miller Nullings. Maybe they've got a preset background that I can sort of just like copy, you know? They do have a lot of trees and stuff, and I feel like if I just do just some basic trees in the background, that could really add to the piece. You never get to catch me. You always have to leave a lurk so you can go to bed. Today is a good day. Well, I am streaming a little bit earlier, and it's going to sort of go back to my normal schedule. It was just a bit of like a hard to get back into the schedule after my break, but you know, I finally got around to it, so you should be able to make more streams soon. You know who else I really want to draw, and I think I should add her to my list, is, what's the girl called again? I forgot her name. The girl with like the iron boots that sort of floats. I love her. I kind of just want to do a portrait of all of them, you know? Every single one of these characters are so gorgeous. So I really just want to do one of each one of them, and then I can like have a print of all of them and have them like hanging up somewhere in my studio, like right next to each other. That would be real cool. Alright. Maybe I will just Google the main background, because that's not being very helpful. And I kind of want to do the house in the background. I feel like I want to put him outside. Because, yeah, I don't know, outside sort of feels like where he needs to be. So, I'll have a look. I really love what they did with the house as well. I feel like it's such a gorgeous setting. That's a beautiful picture of the house. And I've got one specifically with Miller Nullings in it. So that's going to be a good one. This movie was oddly scary in a way as well. I don't know why, it just was. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna do like grasses and stuff, and like some of those tree statues, once they sort of molded. So I'll have a look, but I have to draw that in because I didn't plan for that. That's not in the original sketch. So might just do that. You finished an art piece you planned this weekend. It's up on Instagram. Also message me an idea for drawing. That's so cool. I'm gonna have a look after the stream. Also, send me a link to your post as well. You still haven't seen the movie, but you read the book. Well, it's good enough then, right? Does the book have any pictures? I'm curious. I want to do like a lot of ferns as well. Ferns will be good. So I'm just gonna have sort of the garden going down the background, and this area is sort of, you know, protruding a little forwards. Is that a wheelbarrow? I can't tell. I also don't know if I'm gonna do like the tree statues in the background. I'm worried that if they don't turn out like enough like trees, then people won't know. So I think I'm just gonna do flowers and normal trees. So we'll stick with that. But I definitely want a beautiful fern over here. A nice lovely fern. Because I love the ferns that they had in the story. So gonna have a fern there, and then I'll have like a really tall, beautiful tree. A shrub maybe. There's lots of different foliage, really. And somehow I've got to get to like the tree in the background as well. I love those like, what are they called? Some kind of fire flowers? I don't know, I don't remember, but like those flowers that have these long pointy stalks and then like groups of flowers, but they grow like really pointy and they're in really vibrant colors. I feel like those are gorgeous, and they were in the movie too, so definitely gonna put those in. A couple of those over here. Definitely want to do that. So I don't know how well you guys can actually see what I'm doing, because it's very light. I'm not trying to go too dark because, you know, I want it to be soft and gentle for the watercolor, so you don't see the line work in the background. I feel like it's just gonna fade better if I do it that way, so. But eventually you guys will see everything, so it's not a concern. I really hate drawing buildings. I feel like as soon as you stuff up one angle or something, it's really tricky. But the cover is the phenomenal photo. Can you take a picture and post it on Discord? I'd love to see. The hollyhock flowers. Ah, are they hollyhocks? Let me have a look. Yeah, so these are not exactly the ones. We have these in our garden, but these are not the ones I'm talking about. But they definitely are gorgeous. And thank you for pointing that out, because like, now it's easier for me to use some references. They have really nice dark plum ones as well. I love the plum ones. They're gorgeous. Yeah, I don't know what those are called. I don't remember. Not really great with plants. Hello, Napalm. How are you doing? Do I have any favorite children's book illustrators? Yes, I do. Freya Blackwood is like one of my #1 illustrators that I admire endlessly. She has this beautiful raw, loose style, and like her line work is just so free and expressive, and she also works in watercolor, and like more recently she started moving over to different mixed media. But you should see her studio when she's working. It's like all these pieces up, and it's just gorgeous. No, I love her work, like a lot. So yeah, I don't want the background to get too cluttered. I don't want to cut any, you know, any areas up and make it like it's too, you know, I don't want to change the composition, but I do want a nice, beautiful, full background. So how I go about that, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I have to be really careful and not, you know, not make my composition too different, but still, like, add a beautiful background. It can be done and it shall be done. So, I just have to do a good job. Not bad. How about me? I am great. Yeah, I had a really lovely weekend. I had a really lovely last week. I know you guys probably realized that I wasn't streaming last week. And that was because my boyfriend took like 3 days off work. So we actually went out to a lovely place to eat. I had a really delicious breakfast dish, like brunch dish. It was like the whole menu had listed like eggy and bready foods. And I thought that was really cute. But yeah, the egg was so gooey, and I had halloumi cheese on nice toasted bread, and it had kale and a bunch of other delicious foods in. It was so good, yeah. And my boyfriend had some chicken, so like chicken and waffles. It looked really good. And we had hot chocolate, which was the best. That topped it all off. So yeah, I had a really lovely weekend and really happy. Really happy we got to go out and do some nice things. So I don't really have a lot of tree here to work with. Realistically, I'm trying to cover up as much of the house as possible because I don't want too many architectural structures interfering with my composition. But I really do want some of the house to stand out, so I'm going to put it, like, start drawing the house in over here. I hope it's not too large, like, I hope it fits. I don't want it to look crammed in the composition, but, you know, we shall see. We shall see how it goes. Drawing looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Halloumi? Isn't it spelled with like an O? Alright, I'm going to quickly be right back. So give me 1 second, guys. You get to look at my beautiful favorite art rug. Obsessed with it. So you guys can have a look at that while I be right back. You're not sure, but it's good? It is so good. I know, I know. That art rug seems like it has seen so many things. Oh, the stories it could tell. I know, I know. It really has. It's my favorite. I started, like, I love curating, like, more than one. I know it looks like it's really dirty, but it's just paint, so, it's not really dirty. It is so beautiful, though, like, I just love all the beautiful little flecks that it creates. I mean, look at it. It is just completely stunning, right? I have another one. I think one's my ghost one. I reckon this is my little ghost one. I'll show you guys the little ghost eyes. So these are the little ghost eyes, and I'm trying to preserve them because it's so cute. Once I show you guys up close, you'll see what I mean. There we go. See? The cute little ghost eyes. So cute. Yeah, I love them. Okay, so, still figuring out the house. I think I shouldn't crop it off. I'm not gonna do the roof. Because I think if I crop it off, it's gonna feel too crammed, and I don't really want you to focus on the house itself. Really just want you to focus on him, and the house has got to be like a secondary. So like... So I'm gonna change the house slightly because I want it to like do what I want it to. I'm not great with architecture, to be honest. So it's always something that's a bit new to me because I rarely draw architecture. Like, I don't actually remember when was the last time I drew architecture. I frequently draw interiors of houses. Very rarely do I actually draw proper, you know, proper architecture. Little bro, how are you? You're going to focus on the house whether I want you to or not. No pressure, right? No pressure. Damn. Really forcing it today, aren't you? Well, I'm gonna make it so hard for you to focus on the house. You can't see it eventually. I'll send you the blurred out version, little bro. You're not gonna be able to look at it at all. Quiet Gecko, thank you so much for that raid. How are you today? And what were you working on? Please, can we have a shout out for Quiet Gecko? And if you want to post the link to your socials, please do so. Thank you for the follow as well. For the first time, you're drawing along with my stream. Wow, I'm so happy. What are you drawing? Micro raid. We welcome all raids of all shapes and sizes over here, Quiet Gecko, so no hard feelings. Don't worry about it. You are very welcome. So what were you working on today? Please tell, please tell. Alright, I think I need a different picture of the house. Because that one's not exactly very helpful, and I need to sort of get an idea of like what it's properly doing. So it's such an interesting piece of architecture, this house. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I really think this is going to be one of my favorite pieces because I love drawing proper backgrounds. I used to hate it, you know, but once I realized how much it can actually add to a piece, I started properly loving it, so yeah. You were working mixing some music you created for a game you are developing. So what's the game about? Did I know that chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows? That's a very true fact. No, I didn't know that, Sendo. I've got to find my own chocolate cow someday. Hang on, I missed something. I love that you can, like, see threads. So what's this game you're developing, Quiet Gecko? You just finished a painting of Totoro in gouache. Is that Totoro or Totoro? Like the anime character. Uh, you should know you are drinking it now. The milk of an udder from a faithful mother. Oh dear. You're drawing a pineapple monster. Let's see how it'll turn out. I am curious. That sounds like something that'll fit very well in one of Cody's streams, actually. Feel like you should enter it. Feel like it'll do super well. One of his monster competitions, his creep shows. Yeah. Alright. Sorry, still got a challenge. I gotta make sure little bro can't focus on the house. Gotta make sure. Make it as difficult as possible, you know? And I think this house has a beautiful pathway as well. That's right. So you may just like draw a part of like a pathway over here. Hopefully, as soon as I start working in watercolors, all of this is still going to make sense and I'm not going to lose myself in the process. We shall see. Because I'm already starting to get confused what I was doing down here. So I may just need to go slightly darker. But hey, I can just wing it as I go. It's not the end of the world. The anime, yes, Totoro. It looks like this. Well, please, Abitonoli, please can you post a link of it in Discord? I would love to see. So you have to daydream or dress like a wolf to increase your courage and be able to talk to him. That's adorable. Rude RD Multimedia. Sorry, I don't know why I said rude. RD Multimedia, thank you for the follow. You're very welcome to join us. Okay, so this sounds like a really cool game. Let me have a look at the Instagram link you posted. Hopefully there's no sound. Good. This is really cute. That's so cute. I love the fish head. Is that sort of inspired by the Umbrella Academy? I love that character so much. It was so sad when he got swallowed. Like, why? But yeah, that looks really cool, Quiet Gecko. There's an art walk happening this Friday, and you're selling some of your pieces there. Watercolor, acrylic paintings, and gouache. Well, I hope you have a lot of fun. Art walks are super awesome. Melissa, thank you so much for the resub. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You are so kind. You've given up on your seal pencil drawing. You think you used the wrong pencil. The mountains look just like the clouds. What kind of pencil have you been using, Sendo? Scriber, hello. How are you doing? You're glad I like the idea? I do. I think it's a very unique idea for a game. Like, just so dreamy, you know, and sort of inspiring to live in your daydreams. I love it. You're also selling this one. Let me have a look. That seems cool. Oh wow. This line work is so detailed. That is amazing. Wow. I can't say that I know who Eren Jaeger is, but this is a really, really lovely piece. I love how you did the different lighting on his fingers. That's really good attention to detail as well. And it really gives so much form to those fingers. That is so beautiful. Really cool style. Wow, thank you for showing us. That's beautiful. Well, I hope you get a lot of sales, and most of all, I hope you have a lot of fun. So you can play it and tell us what you think. Hang on, it's already out? Can you post a link of it in Discord so we can try it? A variety of B pencils with different weights. You think you would have done better on a mechanical pencil. Are you using a blender, Sendo? I feel like clouds do really well when you use a blender. So what I mean by a blender is something like this. And it's just basically a piece of paper rolled up really tight. But it allows you to get those lovely fluffy style clouds. So how have you been, Melissa? How's it going? Just looking for something soothing to watch tonight. Didn't have the best day today since it was Independence Day where you live. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. So what's so horrible about Independence Day exactly? I'm from Australia, so I'm sorry, I probably don't understand all the connotations that that carries, what that entails, but yeah, I'm so sorry you had a crap day. I hope you have a good time here. I really do. Thank you so much. He's the protagonist from an anime Attack on Titan. He's so fine. Give please. Um, he's so fine. Hang on, I'm confused. Is this something that's referenced to Attack on Titan? You're doing a lot of watercolors. You do a lot of commissions, and it's usually acrylic. Oof. You do you like acrylics or not? What's your experience with it? We will launch it next week, you think, but you'll share. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, when you do Quiet Gecko, please post an announcement of it in our gaming channel on my Discord. I'm sure we have a lot of people who would be willing to try it out. I should post a list of my favorite games, like art-based games that I love playing. I've got quite a couple that I love collecting, just for the art, you know. You mean he's so handsome? Alright, alright. You just didn't really have anyone to hang out with for today, no picnics or anything like that, so you were alone. After being so busy in your life, you didn't give time for yourself. That's no good, Scriber. I'm so sorry to hear that. I didn't like realize that Independence Day is sort of like a very social event. Yeah, that really sucks. Well, I hope you feel like you have some company by hanging out with us. You know, you're very welcome to spend as much time here as you like. And I hope you feel a little less alone. You're welcome if you like to draw along with us. And if you do, post something in our Discord and we'll have a look at what you were creating. Eren Yeager, one hell of a character. You're waiting to see how the series ends. Okay. Not familiar with that at all. You've been doing a lot of acrylic. It's not your favorite, is all, but it's easy. You're taking a break from commissions so you can work with other mediums. Well, that sounds fantastic. Yeah. Twitch is the perfect place for lonely people. You think it's the largest congregation of lonely people in the world. Sendo, I think you're very right. Like so many days when you're home alone and you just want to, you know, break that silence, break that sort of feeling like you're, you know, that feeling when there's too much quiet and it's so quiet and you don't want to put on music because sometimes music just, you know, puts you in a bad mood. And I feel like Twitch can sort of break that feeling. And because it's live, you don't feel like it's just a video playing in the background, you know, it's actually real and you can actually interact with other people and stuff like that. So yeah, I really feel like that's very true. This chocolate milk slaps. Well, I'm glad you're really enjoying it. I'm so glad. Hang on, my chat has just hung up completely and won't let me scroll. I'm not sure why, guys. I'm not sure why at all. Why is that happening to me? I hope this is still going for you guys. Doesn't seem like it's crashed, so I don't know. I really don't know. Can you guys still see what's happening, or has the stream crashed altogether? Oh, there we go. Now it's finally caught up. I don't know what that was. And it's stalling again. That is so strange. Sorry guys, it's being incredibly hard to read your chat. There we go. Hopefully that's the last time it sort of freezes on me. It's okay, you'll just watch. You do digital art on your smartphone, but it's a little late for you since it's almost midnight. Well, that's fair. Yeah, definitely Scriber. Well, I understand completely if you just want to relax, and I hope you have a great time. Really do. It's so sad when like a holiday event or something really, crashes your whole mood and just doesn't really make a lot of sense. I absolutely love this garden. I feel like it's so beautiful. The most beautiful thing ever, you know? So I'm gonna have a fern sort of there. And then just like other shrubs and things sort of in the background. Maybe a couple more flowers on this side. More of those hollyhocks. Those would be really nice over here, I think. And then a nice thick shrub and another shrub behind it. So just trying to layer a lot of foliage as I go. Okay, so I gotta make progress on this house. This house is the real important part, unfortunately. And first, we have like, looks like 3 windows. So I'm not being exactly accurate, but I just want to get like a general feel of what the house is like out. And then they've got 2 very narrow windows to the side. I think this is like one of the most beautiful houses. I feel like if I got to pick my own house, I would probably pick to live in this thing. It's so beautiful. It would be really expensive though. It's quite a big house, I think. But hey, we can all dream. What kind of houses would you guys want to live in if you had the choice? If you could choose to live in any kind of house, what would you choose? Alright, I gotta fade that, otherwise the little bro is gonna tell me that he can still focus on the house. So gotta make it as hard as possible for little bro not to be able to see this house in the background. Cool. That looks good. That looks really good. Also, it has like indents. So indents running right down the house. I'm gonna try and do those to give a little bit more texture to my house. I don't know if that's quite straight. Alright. You were girlfriend hunting the other day. You figured drawing is a transitional space, in a transitional space, would do something, but none of these people in real life are any interesting. Sometimes that's the way it goes, Sendo, right? I know. Just gotta know that you're a more interesting person. You're too weird for them, and that makes you more interesting. You also have a 1-year-old, and it's tough to get art done, but he's napping right now, so you're able to paint. You're painting Sasuwaki from Naruto. That's amazing. I'm really glad you're getting a break and getting to, have some creative time. Maybe when your little one gets a little older, You can both be creative together. That would be super fun. The seal mate has not been found. Oh, Sendo, that is unfortunate. I'm sure your perfect chunky seal friend is out there somewhere. I know you will find your best buddy. You relate with that. All your friends are on Twitch. Hardly anyone in real life. Dover, I spend more time on Facebook, sorry, on Discord than I spend on Facebook. I don't spend any time on Facebook. Discord is my Facebook. So, he just turned 2 last week. Oh, that is so cute. Getting to the age where you can turn them into a little artist, you know. Nothing is really expensive if there's any kind of magic involved, is it? Exactly. Then it's like completely free, right? Completely free. Okay, so the house has like lines, horizontal lines as well, going through it. And seemingly they go all the way. I don't know what those other lines do. They seem to be ridges of some kind though. So I feel like this does need to be a little bit different. And then they go through like the middle bit as well. Just to sort of break the windows. Not entirely break them, but like break the strong lines of the windows, I suppose. It is. I am so active. Even on yours. Hang on, what did I miss? You want to live in a whimsical little treehouse with a pond right now, underneath and trees surrounding you. That would be awesome, Abatinoli. It would be so awesome. Thank you so much for that raid. H Angel? How do I say that? DSI, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you as well, Angel. Really appreciate that raid. Please tell us what you were working on. How's it going? You don't know much about this character. Are they invisible? Yeah, Josie, so this is Miller Nullings. Guys, we just had a shout out for Angel. Can you guys please give her a follow? Check out her Twitch account. And if you want to drop your socials as well, Angel, please do that. We would love to check it out. So yeah, this is Miller Nullings, and he is an invisible boy from the story, the movie and the book, Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. And so basically that's why I drew the ball, so you guys can sort of see he's holding the ball, but you can't really see him. Hello everybody from that raid. Dark, thank you so much for the follow as well. I hope you guys enjoy your time here. Please tell us what you were working on your stream, Angel. Just Angel, no worries. I'll just stick to Angel, that's a lot easier. On Insta and Twitter, and Angel on TikTok, but on Insta you post some of your art. Well, did you drop a link to your Instagram? I would love to have a look. There we go. Is that a link to your website? That link doesn't work for me, unfortunately. Could you drop a link to your Instagram? I would love to have a look at some of your stuff. What were you streaming today? That's what I want to know. Love to know what you were actually streaming. So yeah, we are currently drawing the invisible boy Miller Nullings from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. And I'm trying to give him a background scene as well, which is why we're putting in quite some effort over here. You're streaming Minecraft, but normally you do some art. Let me have a look at some of your stuff. I can see you're predominantly a digital artist. Really, really nice work. I love how you draw mouths. Especially the girl in the top middle. I'm so sorry, I can't really at the moment show off other people's work on my streams because I've been having a lot of crashes. So I'm still trying to resolve that. But guys, please check out Angel's Instagram account. She has beautiful, beautiful work over here. I love it. It's so gorgeous. I like the one with the mouth stitched closed as well. That's really cool. Awesome work. Well, did you enjoy your Minecraft stream? What were you doing on Minecraft? We know people build some pretty cool stuff over there. I'm not really that familiar with the game, so I'm truly sorry, but you'll have to enlighten me on what you were doing. Okay, so now we can get to like the middle bit of the building, where I start drawing like the 3 arches. And they're gonna be really, really tall. And then I have to have another one on the side. Keep running out of lead in this pencil, so I'm using it all so much. A good thing, I guess. I absolutely love arches in architecture. It's so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Yagimi. How are you doing? So you normally do art in real life, but you can't really stream that because you don't have a second camera. Why do you need a second camera necessarily? Like if you don't really need a face cam. Like until you save up for one, you can just do a like no face cam art stream. You were playing some Bed Wars with friends. What is Bed Wars? You love my style of art. Thank you. Thank you so much. You took up the traditional seal drawings only to help your mental health. You're predominantly a digital animator now. Okay, okay. Well, you know, if it's frustrating you, there's no point, you know, sticking to it. So, no real need to. I really hope I'm gonna be able to retain all these little details as soon as I start adding some watercolor. I really do. And hopefully it doesn't get too busy as well. I need to really add a lot of emphasis in the foreground to the character to make sure that it doesn't become too cluttered and too busy. And so I'm just gonna do the like essentially what the glass doors are gonna look like, because obviously that's the porch area, so I'm going to draw the inside doors as well. It's getting really complicated now. All right. Thank you so much for that follow, Scriber. Thank you. I'm really hoping the stream is, and everybody's, you know, interaction is making you feel a little less lonely today. Have you considered scanning it and completing it digitally? Yeah, that's always an option, exactly. Like sometimes I start, like this particular drawing as well, is one that I started traditionally, and I had to transfer it onto watercolor paper, so I printed it out on watercolor paper, and now I'm just going to go over and do the watercolor drawing. But, you know, it allows me to also add other little details, bits and pieces. It's like you protect your own bed, and with that you try to destroy other beds. With a bed you can keep respawning, but without one you only have one life. Goal of the game is to be the last survivor. That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. There should be a real life game like that. You know what you have, you might end up doing that. Yeah, that's a great idea. Or maybe you'll share it first. Maybe do so. If you want art advice as well, we have a section specifically for that. So if you want some feedback or critique or suggestions, yeah, just post it in that section and I'm sure somebody will help you out. You're alive, you hope, and how am I? I'm doing well, you gimme. I had a great break. Obviously didn't stream for like 3 days last week and didn't stream on the weekend either. So I had a fair extensive break. But it was heaps fun. It's too squishy of a seal to completely abandon. Exactly, you can't just leave him undone. Gotta finish that little chunker up. You're gonna have to lag. You hope I have an amazing stream. Well, thank you so much for your raid, Angel. Can we have another shout out for Angel as well? She's so kind to have raided us. He or she, I'm sorry. Haven't been to your stream before, so you'll have to let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for that raid. You haven't caught me in forever. These vast time differences always going to be a problem. Hello, Emerald Ocean. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's so good to see you again. How have you been? You know, Minecraft graphics are not really my cup of tea, but there are some fun mods for that game. Sounds like it. I know it's a really, really popular game, so yes, it is definitely not my thing. I will admit to that, but a lot of people seem to have tons of fun on it, so you know, I'm not saying it's the worst game ever. There's definitely tons of garbage out there, but Minecraft is not one of them. Alright, I think this is the Windows section. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think it's the Windows section. At least it's one of the Windows sections, so. No, not sure where the windows start though. It's kind of complicated. I feel like they start over there and then they go. That's all window. This is gonna be something I just have to figure out as I go, because it's gonna be super complicated. Maybe that'll help. They sort of cordon off the whole Windows section. It seems to go fairly low as well. Okay, let me try and erase some of that. Well, we made some great progress, guys. The house is definitely looking very detailed. I still have some way to go. So I don't know, will we be able to start painting today? That's the question. I have a feeling probably only a little bit, and this piece is definitely going to be more extensive than I anticipated. Originally I was thinking it was going to be so quick because I only got to like, I don't even have a face to color, you know, but now with like the whole background and everything, it's definitely going to be much more extensive. So I'm also going to have like a couple of flowers here in the foreground. Just to sort of break the composition up a little bit. You tried playing Minecraft, but your attention span said no. And I can just call you unholy. Alright, alright. Chaotic lately, but you can't complain. Did I have a fun July, or did you have a fun July 4th weekend? You can't complain either. Others are worse right now. Count your blessings. It's fun. A lot of fireworks. It's a lot going off right now. Well, I'm glad you guys are really enjoying your time. You know, it's really good. Okay. Really nervous to start the next part, but I gotta get to it, you know? So really started adding a ton more detail in than I initially thought I would. But that's okay. I'm actually a god with a pencil. My lines are so sharp. Well, thank you, Sendo. Thank you. I do try. And I feel like just lots of drawing. You know, I always feel like when I look back at my art a couple of years ago, I'm so annoyed if I don't see a lot of progress. But if you take a piece that you did this year and a piece you did like a couple of years ago, especially if you're practicing a lot, you'll definitely see a lot of difference. And there's nothing like that, like seeing your progress, you know, over a couple of years. It's really awesome. I don't know what I was doing with the other bit though. I feel like I kind of screwed up there, so I'm gonna remove that. So it definitely has a chimney, but it also has an extended part on the side. So I'm gonna add that in as well. And I'm not too sure where the so I think the chimney bit goes to there. And no, I don't think it does. So I flipped the house. That's just flip the house. It's looking so beautiful and like, you know, refined. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully this is also going to make it more obvious that he is invisible, having an actual background. So, alright, so this is the main part of the house, and that doesn't actually go all the way through. It sort of just ends up here somewhere. And then we have like an arch kind of window. Really helps to have a good reference, especially if you're not like super confident drawing something. Like, obviously architecture is not really my thing, so it's not something I feel, you know, if I want something to look perfect, I just like to use a good reference. I love these super narrow windows that they have as well in this house. It kind of adds to the creepiness, I feel like. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And then it has these stunning large windows as well. Love houses that have huge windows. So beautiful. Hopefully it is not getting too detailed in the background. Not sure why the camera went all blurry there. It's taking much longer than anticipated to draw this pineapple monster. Well, hey, you never know, right? Sometimes the first time you draw something, it always takes ages, but then at times, you know, if you draw it again, it doesn't take you as long. You didn't mean to off in a conversation with someone else. How have I been? That's totally fine, Emerald, no worries. It's what it's all about, right? Chatting with each other and interacting together, so yeah, I've been really, really good. I spent last week just going to some nice food places with my boyfriend. We had a lovely time. I had a delicious brunch. So it was like a breakfast dish with egg and halloumi and cheese and kale, lots of different vegetables and stuff. So really, really delicious breakfast dish. And my boyfriend had a chicken dish. So we both thoroughly enjoyed that. Where did I get that triangular thing? Oh, there we go. So yeah, lovely breakfast. So yeah, that's how I spent my last week. We also got his car serviced and we had milkshakes at the beach. So that was also super awesome. So just an all-round holiday week for us. It does have these sort of, I don't know what they are. It's so hard to tell, but like, things on the roof. I absolutely love this house. And the greenhouse. The greenhouse is like one of the best parts of it, right? You gotta go, your little boy woke up, so you'll see me next time. You'll share Totoro in Discord, bye. No worries, Unholy. I hope you have a great time with your little one. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always so special. But yeah, we are close to getting done with the background, guys. I'm very happy with it. You know, the only part you guys can probably see is like the house. But hey, it's looking great. It's looking really great. Just gotta make sure everything is nice and straight. I don't want like a skewed house. I have a feeling. Where's my ruler? Just gotta make sure that is supposed to be here. And then gotta make sure where I place the other side of this house. There we go. Alright, it's looking great. It's looking really great. So, I am going to start with the background first because that is obviously like one of the trickier spots. That sounds like a great time. Brunch, nice. That's the better than the cereal breakfast. You've been having missed these art pieces. I am so awesome. Emerald, thank you so much. That warms my heart. I'm glad you like my work, and I'm glad you love to hang out here as well. We love the company over here. What is one of the like nicer breakfasts you've had recently? Like everyone here. What's the last best dish you can remember eating? For me, I think it has to be like this breakfast brunch kale dish with like egg and a bunch of fried broccoli and a bunch of things at a really nice brunch place. It was a suggestion on Dark Guy's Discord. First time drawing an art prompt. So yeah, you've decided to add as much detail as possible and probably work on it over a few days. Are you going to be using a blender, Dover? Because I feel like that sort of helps speed up getting like the gradients and the contrasts in fairly quickly, and then you don't end up with like strong harsh lines that limit you a lot. No worries, Scriber. You take your time. Just chill out, do whatever you feel like doing. You'd like the soundtrack to Pac-Man World 3. Some supernatural vibe, Seal Buddy. For breakfast, the problem for you, or maybe this is an American thing, you get early and work is too early, so you really don't have time to do nice things. But like, what about on a holiday, like a day off? Because I feel like I can't really fit that in my schedule either. Little bro, would you stop looking at the house? It's not there. It's invisible. Whole point is to make it completely disguised so you can't see it at all. I'm gonna start like erasing it, parts of it, so little bro can't pay attention to it as much anymore. I really hope you guys don't get too much of my drawing sounds and stuff. Like, I don't mind the drawing sounds so much, but as soon as it gets a little bit annoying, I know it passes through the mic and starts sounding kind of weird. So I have been meaning to get like one of those noise isolating things. Forgot what they're called. But yeah, don't have one yet, so I'm really, really sorry if that does end up getting to your ears a little bit. For you, it's even hard to remember. Did you even have breakfast for the last decade? Well, it doesn't have to be breakfast. It can be anything. It could be like lunch or dinner. Just the last nice meal you guys had. Where was that? You'll use blender tools you have. There are wooden elements, so you'll try to figure out which pattern makes it look good. What wooden elements? Here's a challenge. Don't look at boys' clothes. Why not? Why not? That's the whole point you're supposed to be focusing on, little bro. Not the house. The house is not there. You can't see the house. The little boy, though. Come on. Like, here's what you want to look at, right? I know he's invisible, but just try, you know? Try to look at him. Okay, so, background first. Alright, so I'm going to mix up a beautiful sky blue. Zazu is completely freaking out. And first thing I'm going to do is sort of wet the sky a little bit. And then, no, first thing I'm going to do is mix up my blue. I always forget which one is the sky blue, but I think I found it. It's a darker one that looks almost black. And so that's why I always end up thinking I have the wrong one. I think it's black, but it's not. I've got to make sure it's nice and wet. I actually want to buy myself a more useful palette. Been looking at one that's like over $100 and I just really badly want it, but it's too pricey. Okay, so let us start in this little corner on the left. So I'm going to make it as wet as I possibly can. That is not entirely... That is blue. How did I get friggin' blue on there when I rinsed it already? But yeah, gotta make this as wet as I possibly can. But I don't want to go over the house. The house needs to stay nice and sharp. But everything else, I want a lovely blended sort of color. Alright. Now, I can go in with my blue. And I'll try and do the same thing on the other side as well. Once again, making it nice and wet. And I sort of try and look at the shine when I do that. If it's a certain wetness, I know that I can get a beautiful blend. And that's sort of what I'm aiming for. Reverse psychology. You'll look at the thing that you were told not to look at. That way the house is ignored. Yeah, exactly. Don't look at the boy and the clothes. Do what Dover said, little bro. Do what Dover said. Well, if you were free, the ideal brunch would be some green tea, perhaps some chicken sandwiches, and oranges after something like that. That sounds like it'll go great. I love oranges and chicken, like lemon and chicken, oranges and chicken, anything with citrus, like with chicken, goes so well. I love that. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Look at his invisible charisma. Exactly. How can you go past that, you know? How can you? You can hear Zazu. wood elements as in the creature looks like the ants from Lord of the Rings. I have actually not watched Lord of the Rings. You know why? Because my sister really badly wants to watch it with me. And so she's sort of asked to not watch it without her, and we just don't get around to that. So I always end up not actually having watched it. But I really need to. It's one of those classics, so I'm missing out. I gotta get around to it at some point. There we go. I love architecture and watercolor. Like, guys, have a look already at the beautiful blend we got there. That's watercolor at its best, right? At its best. Lord of the Rings, brother, they are long. That's the problem. But eventually I will. Yeah, they are long. But I feel like they're classics. I feel like they're just one of those shows that you have to watch. Sorry, movies you have to watch. They just are. I'm just gonna clean it up a tad. It's obviously fine, but I do want it to look slightly messy. Obviously not, you know, too crazy. So that's looking great, absolutely great. And we have a little bit of sky over there as well, but that's probably going to be green because the horizon line can't be like that. I love how it's blended in there as well. Absolutely beautiful. So I just got to remember that's the tree. Don't lose track of the tree. But this piece is going to look stunning once it's done. If I don't mess up. I must let you know when I'm ready, and you will host movie night on Discord. You have the director's cut of the trilogy. That's awesome, Dover. That's awesome. I will let you know. I definitely will. Your favorite brunch so far has been veggie omelette and bacon sandwiched in a croissant or bagel with some crispy hash browns on the side. That sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would love a veggie omelette right now. I actually didn't have a massive lunch today. I wasn't really hungry. I feel like when it's winter and there's not a there's not a whole lot of warm foods, I don't really get hungry because I really just crave warm foods. I should look at John Singer's Sargent's watercolors if I haven't. Lots of architecture stuff. Can you post some of his work in Discord for us? I would love to have a look. Absolutely love to. Alright, I reckon the next step I'm gonna do to help isolate everything is do some trees. That is my blue trees. I want more green. And I'm going to start with like these large trees in the background. So same thing I'm gonna do is just wet it so I can get a beautiful blended effect. I don't know, that might still be a little too wet. We'll see how it goes. If I can try and control it, should be alright, but might be a bit much, we'll see. So the trees in this distant area are going to be much more faded than anything in the foreground because, well, I really want to show that they are in the background and hopefully not everything is going to be too fresh and stylized. So I want to play around with some other colours as well. Wow, it's really fading for you guys. Really fading a lot. So I know there's not currently a whole lot of contrast on that tree, but eventually I will sort of, you know, bring it out a little bit. It won't be as, you know, diluted as that. I might do the shrub over here as well, while I'm currently working on so much of the greenery, and then hopefully it can do like a beautiful soft fade into the other trees. That would be perfect if I can get that to work for me. Bear, thank you so much for that follow. Really appreciate that. Whereabouts are you from? Do let us know. Okay, time to mix up some more green. Because I'm kind of running out and I need some more. So I'm trying to get a little bit of a duller green currently. Also going darker. And I really want to try and get that soft edge. So I gotta be very careful because one of the mistakes that I tend to make in my watercolor pieces is I go too dark too quickly and then I can't do much with the foreground. So I'm trying to be very careful of that in this piece because one of my other pieces I sort of wasn't too happy with the result with at the end when I did that. So we'll see if we can avoid that here. Do you guys prefer the tube watercolors or do you prefer working with like those, essentially these, the little, I guess, tubs or things? What are your preferences? Alright, I'm absolutely loving the sort of very faded look of that. Um, that is excellent. So we'll probably move on to the tree on the left side. Because I want the other areas to dry first before I keep picking at it. And I have a feeling that that tree is going to also dry a little bit lighter than it currently is. So don't want to, make too many changes until I know what it's really going to be doing. You're doing great. That's awesome. That's awesome, Bear. Nothing but chill vibes here. Exactly, exactly. You're from the Midwest of the US. Okay, got it. Another love of mine, so you're always open to other mediums. No worries, your pencil skills though aren't good, but eventually you'll get to it too. Well, practice makes perfect, Emerald Ocean, definitely. I don't have to tell you to love watercolors and anything about watercolor. You're there. You're a sucker for watercolor. That's your thing. Well, that is awesome because I am definitely very much in love with watercolors. I should look at here's another spicy seal fact for us necromancers. When elephant seals fight, it looks like they're having a giant thumb war. That is so cool. I've never thought of it that way. They really have such brutal fights, don't they? Going great. How is everybody? We're all doing really well, Bear. What have you been up to today? Tell us. You had similar case of watercolors as a kid, infinite possibilities, even with a small batch of color palettes. I know, you don't need many. You only really need the primary colors, and you can combine anything from there, really. You love both bear and seal facts. Yeah, we need more bear facts as well. Mostly quite bearable. Thanks for the stream, everyone. Have a great time and stay healthy. You too, Yagimi, you too. I hope you take care. All those elephant seals want girlfriends. They do, they really do, and they fight to the death for it. They would bite each other's noses off. They really would. They really would. It's so brutal. I don't know, would you want a seal male who just like destroyed someone else for you? Pretty crazy. That's how you got here. The watercolor gods was like, check this stream out. You're gonna love it. And yes, you do. Well, I'm really, really happy, Emerald. We do also do some oil painting here occasionally. Obviously, watercolors are sort of predominantly my illustration medium, but we do some, oils here occasionally. Like this one over here is one of my small oil paintings that I loved working on, and occasionally you can see some others. I have quite a collection of them, and hopefully soon I can get back into some more oil painting as well. That would be awesome. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to do a very faint background area here behind this tree. And I'll probably lighten that up slightly. Because I don't want it to be too dark, that's sort of very far in the background. And now I can start doing the house. I'm wondering if I should try and lay down, no. We'll see. I think I'm gonna do the tree first. Doing the tree first is probably gonna be my best bet. Okay, so need to mix up more green. I'm going through a ton of green on this piece. Crazy. And again, I want some yellow in there as well. And also some black to tone everything down. And if I mix that up properly, it should be the perfect green for me. I'm going to use a large brush, I think. I don't know, probably not. It's probably a good idea. So. I really need to put some protective coverings or something down for my my wooden table over here. I feel like the poor thing is definitely gonna suffer with all this watercolor I'm trying to do on it. I need to take care of it, you know? Hopefully that doesn't go super dark. We'll see. But I'm very happy with my house. Very happy. Natty Flo, hello, how are you doing? You've been reading Drawing Hands and Feet by Andrew Loomis and watching some streams, so pretty chill day. That's awesome, that's awesome. They would do anything to be a beach master. Oh yeah, they want to be king of the beach. Exactly. I used to watch a ton of documentaries when I was younger. I still watch lots of documentaries about animals, but not as much. I don't really spend a lot of time, I guess, watching things anymore. So, but yeah, it can be brutal, so brutal. But I feel like walruses are like almost worse in a way. But you know, elephant seals like completely scar each other's bodies by biting into each other. It's so horrific. That's how they do, right? That's how they do. Hands and feet. Sorry, meant head and hands. Head and hands. Well, big difference, right? Big difference. Must have been Hephaestus, the Greek god of design and creativity. Hang on, what's Hephaestus? Like Hephaestus led her here. Probably. Maybe that's the missing piece that 99% of guys are missing. I don't know. Do we want to be like that as a species? Is that a good relationship advice though, Neckar? Like, if you find a girl you like, but she already has a boyfriend, do you proceed to bite him like an elephant seal? Maybe it'll impress her. Who knows? Who knows? Depends on the girl, right? Depends on the girl. I love how all of this has sort of bled in. It is so beautiful. Adding so much more layering as well. I love it. So stunning. Why would anyone do that? To get a seal partner, of course. It works for the elephant seals, doesn't it? Well, it depends on the girl, I guess. On a second thought, though, you probably don't want scars. True. And I don't think you want to have your nose bitten off either. So that's actually not too far off. There are bad boyfriends out there. Like, what if you're better? Exactly. You never know. See you, little bro. I hope next time you don't see the house anymore. You only see the boy. We'll work on that. We'll work on disguising the house even more. I think that's still pretty wet. I don't want to break down the lovely green lines we've got going there, so I feel like I'm going to leave that for now. I can't really do the house because I still have wet areas, so it's probably a good idea to start doing the bottom area, I reckon. And I'm not going to do a very brown soil. I'm probably going to do a bit of a blend, so I'm definitely going to use my larger brush and sort of layer a greyish thing, a greyish tone down. That'll be good. Trying not to touch the wet areas at the moment. I really love how watercolors are so free. Like, you can just, you know, do whatever you want and make it up on the go. It is so versatile. All right. Okay, so I'm going to mix up a little bit of like a brownish tone, but it won't be completely brown. It's going to be sort of grey, and I'm going to do the pathway with that. And I'm going to try and add some green tone to that as well. Just very lightly. I want to make sure that you can tell you know, it's sort of turning into greenery on the side. To get that seal of approval. Exactly, random, exactly. Then kidnap them? I don't know, would they ever be loyal to you if you did that? There was one girl wearing PJs at a convention. She was literally a dime. But man, you didn't shoot your shot in time. Aw, that's unfortunate. That was unfortunate. But hey, sometimes those things aren't meant to be, you know. Sometimes there's something better waiting for you out there. Only when a good opportunity presents itself. All pink and everything, you wouldn't even have to fight anyone because she didn't have a boyfriend with her. Well, there you go. Free for the taking, right? All you gotta do is be a charming, chunky seal. And there you go. Sounds fantastic. The one that got away, you feel you, bro. Mind games can be more interesting. Exactly. What up, gangster? How's it going? I'm great, Captain Johnny. How are you? How is your thug life going? She's literally an angel. The pajama types are the ones you're into. Well, they know how to be comfy and live the great life, right? You thought I was referring to the pun. Hang on, what pun? You understand, the first woman you fell for. She's the cutest one you ever seen in PJs. Oh gosh. I'm sure she would have been really appreciative, like, you know, of you admiring her looks even if she's in PJs. I'm sure that would have meant a lot. I want to see if I can sort of soften up this line here. Should have probably done that earlier when it wasn't so dry. But I really want that to sort of seep in gradually into the rest. So I don't have any like sharp lines and stuff. We're getting there, guys. We are definitely getting there. It's starting to look beautiful. You gotta go do something real gutsy. You have a red panda onesie. That shall be your uniform from now on. Well, I'm sure the right girl will come around and really adore your onesie. Yeah, something better like hello darkness, my old friend. You hope everyone finds their love. So far, you haven't had luck with that. Oh, it'll come round, Emerald. Those aren't things that you can really rush. You know, they just gotta happen in their own time, in their own way. Every girl crazy for a sharp-dressed man. Exactly, Sando. How could you pass up a guy dressed up in a onesie? How could you? You're chilling, boss, enjoying the day, feeling better now that you're here watching me stream and working a bit on a painting you're doing. Well, what are you working on, Captain Johnny? I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. This is the second time I almost spilled my water, guys. Second time. I'm getting nervous now. Getting real nervous. Really like that painting so far. Can't wait to see how it turns out. Thank you, Orpa. Thank you. This is a really extensive background piece that I've done. So I'm curious too. I'm really curious. Manga, thank you so much for that raid. Really, really appreciate that. Please, 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 can we have a shout out for Manga? Thank you so much for the raid. What were you working on? Do tell us. She was a very close friend, still is, but not in touch lately. The reason it never worked out is societal pressure. For her, it's very complicated. You'll fill me in with the details later. No worries, Dover. Guys, please check out Manga's Twitch account. Give them a follow. They've been kind enough to raid us with their wonderful family, so please, please, please share the love in return. Thank you for the follow, Jewel. Thank you so much. So what were you working on, Manga? Hello, Future Tools. Hello, Flat Advisor. Love the accent, thank you. You like this painting, thank you. Were you doing watercolor as well, or what were you working on? We are currently working on Mill and Nullings from the TV, from the movie and the book, Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. So that's essentially the little invisible boy. Usually he's only invisible when he's not wearing clothes, so he has to run around nude. But if I drew him nude, you wouldn't really see him at all, you know. So all you can really see is his clothing. Blood, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you, Pingu. He builds Jenga towers. Okay, that is interesting. I would love to see that. Manga stacks. Do you have a picture you can share of that? That's a timeless game, you build them too. That's so cool. I'm not really familiar with what that is, so you're gonna have to let me know. Dover, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Manga. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Just another man. Hello, how are you doing? But yeah, do post a picture of whatever that is. I am not exactly familiar with that. But feel free to enlighten me. So yeah, we are just currently waiting for some of the green areas to dry because I don't want everything to get all mushed together and blend together. So if it's nice and dry, I can get lovely crisp lines like I have over here. If it's wet, I get blended areas like I did here. I'm a critter. Thank you so much for the follow, and thank you, Game Assets. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks for the gift subs. Bear facts. Bears are really just oversized dogs. Exactly, exactly. His Instagram is MangaTV if you want to see. Can you post a link, please? It's a game where you try to remove pieces of little wood and try not to knock the tower over. Or you lose the game. Is this like physical in real life, or is it VR, or how does it work? That sounds super cool. A very tense stream, I can imagine. Like, I don't know. Sounds that feels scary. That feels like it's a bit too much. You know, what if it goes wrong? What if you put in so much effort and then it all breaks down in the end? I don't know, that's real scary. Okay, let us try to do some brown for the bark of the tree. I'm gonna try and do a very gentle, like, should probably go a little darker than that. A very gentle strand of branch coming out of the tree. It always breaks down. I bet it does. I bet it does. So, like, do you have to finish it in the stream, or is every stream not successful? Physical, that's how you played it. It's a great game, actually. That's such a great idea to stream, actually. I would love to watch one of those streams. But yeah, Manga, if you would like to join our Discord and just like share your stream, that way we can all be sure that, you know, we followed and we can maybe catch one of your future streams. That would be awesome. Tila, I am from Adelaide, Australia, so yeah. Just another merman, thank you for that follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Hope you enjoy yourself here. Those are amazing designs for those blocks. Hang on, there's an Instagram. Let me check this out. Oh my goodness! Guys, check out Manga's Instagram. Just another man just shared a link for us, and that is insane, guys. Oh my goodness. That would be the most awesome stream to watch. I want to catch one of your streams. That is so cool. Wow, these are insane. How on earth do you get that far? That must take so much patience. I cannot imagine. Is it really like frustrating when one of them break down, or is it just part of the fun for you? That's very nice of you, but you don't want to derail my stream with your stuff. No, not at all. Please don't feel that way. We love, you know, sharing other people's streams here. We love to discover new streamers as well. And I always like to find new people to raid, so yeah, please feel free. Manga is creative, that's art in your book, you're awesome. Exactly, like, just the amount of patience that goes into that, that's ridiculous. Anxiety fuel is what that is. I know, right, Sando? It's crazy. Imagine trying to do that as a seal, like being so chonky and trying to manipulate all these pieces of blocks. It is such an incredible stream, I bet, and so unique. I've never seen something like that. Manga is great, but Manga is Nevi? What is that? The anxiety is the fun part. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the one building it, because I would just be like, I'm gonna be too clumsy to work on it. Don't worry about derailing the NECA train with the Jenga block. Exactly. It's like playing poker against physics itself. Exactly. I feel like I want to bet on physics though to win. I feel like physics probably has more on its side than we do. But hey, maybe if I watch the stream, I will be disappointed, you know, I will be proven wrong. We'll see. Thank you for the follow, Rebia. Please introduce yourself, guys, if you would like to. So yeah, I feel like this is probably dried up fairly well. I'm really happy with the colors. It's not too fresh like one of my other pieces, so it's looking really, really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm probably gonna just wait for that section to dry. This section is still fairly wet, but I reckon I may be able to get away with that. And I'm not exactly wanting to start the building until everything is nice and dry. So I may just wait. It's not after you watch a few times, you know, it will fall, and that's just part of it. So is there like a goal or something? Like if he succeeds at not knocking it over, like do you guys owe him like a couple of subs or something? I feel like that's only fair. I feel like that should be rewarded, you know. Sub rewards for succeeding. Did you make it in time for the raid train? There's no raid train today, Kishinobi, unless you're talking about something that Manga was doing. My raid train is scheduled to be the 11th of July, and then I have another raid train in August. So that's with a couple of other artists. You may have seen the tweet announcement that I posted, but yeah, I think it's about like 2 days of artists raiding together. So yeah, it'll be exciting. It's my first raid train that I'm taking part in, really. He built a tower that gained a soul in his last stream. Really? That's pretty freaky. Oh, you actually follow manga? That's awesome. Worth following. I'm definitely gonna follow after the stream. Aligning the center of gravity above the point of contact at the base. That's artwork. I can imagine. And not just artwork, like that is patience, that is like what do you call it? Like almost predicting the future. How thick is the paper I'm using? Looks like it's warping a little from the watercolors already. It is, yeah. I straighten them out afterwards. I don't like taping because I'm lazy. But this is 300 GSM paper. I'm just putting quite a lot of water on it, so yes, it has warped. But I generally put like a book on them afterwards and then they sort of flatten out. So that'll be all fine. No need to worry about that. A seal is a giant belly, so yeah, you would probably knock it down. Oh, good. I can imagine that would be tempting. Personally, I would feel a little bad, you know, doing that. So yeah, I am going to try and essentially fill in. Where is the reference photo I was using? I think I was essentially just making it up as I go, like doing my own thing. So I'm gonna try and add different kinds of shrubs in the front. Really need this to go darker actually, because it's much more in the foreground, so I'm gonna have to work on getting this slightly darker. I'm trying to paint some ferns in the front. I really love how you can sort of manipulate watercolor on the go to kind of do what you want it to do. It's really versatile. So lovely. You need a slightly fresher green for the shrubs over here. And I'll probably go over with the ferns again once I'm done. How were my days off? You just had a little 4-day vacation and it was glorious. So did I, Kishnobi. So did I. What did you do on your vacation? So yeah, I took I think 3 or 4 days off streaming last week, and I spent it going out with my boyfriend because he had to get his car serviced, so he needed my help to get him to and fro. So we got the car service, and then we went out to a nice place for brunch. It was so delicious. I had, I chose a dish from the menu area that was titled Eggy and Bready. It was so cute, so cute. But yeah, my dish was kale, a bunch of different vegetables. It had poached eggs, and it was so nice and gooey and runny. I loved it. And I also had toasted like sourdough bread with halloumi cheese on it. It was so good. So good. But yeah, it was so good. And I also had hot chocolate with it. My boyfriend had a chicken and waffles dish, so we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. And the next day we actually went to the beach and had some milkshakes. So yeah, that was awesome. We also looked at some Lego. There's a Lego shop near my place, and they have like Star Wars characters that you can build. They have cars. They have like Harry Potter themed houses and everything. It is super cool to look at. You have a few days getaway at the end of the week. How do you detach yourself from your work for that period of time? I don't know, Sendo. It's always hard, right? To try and sort of get your mind into that holiday mode. Sometimes it takes like just 3 days just to get in holiday mode, and then you have to get back already. Like, what is that? You know, what is that? You gotta have enough time. But yeah, I don't know. You just gotta mentally force yourself, I think. You just realized I was the one who commented on the portrait you posted in another Discord. Thank you for my kind words. Well, that's no worries, Old Bear. I love to check out people's work on Discords. I'm a part of quite a few Discords actually, and so my favorite place is checking out the art sections and seeing what people are up to. So you often see me spamming those areas, I guess. Your goal is to be as relaxed as washed out. That sounds like a great idea, Sendo. Maybe you gotta take yourself like on a great seal holiday. Take yourself to the beach. You never know, you may meet that chunky seal girlfriend you're looking for, and you know, I feel like if you're in the States, even if you're in Europe, the beach is probably a great place to be right now. If it's not too crowded. Same here, one more day left in your 4-day weekend. You're actually taking time off, Dover? I feel like something's wrong. I feel like we don't have the right Dover here. Dover doesn't take time off work. This is the first. This is a total new first. You know who you're talking about. Guy looks like he meditates 3 times a day. You drove 6 hours into the mountains, super beautiful, but still hot, hot, hot. Oh no, I don't feel like hiking and hot weather is the best idea. I feel like that's a bit much. He brings you peace in a chaotic existence. Wait, what are you talking about? Avicii did that too, sad that he's no longer with us. Wait, Avicii is dead? Really? He wasn't that old, was he? That's odd. I didn't know about that. So I have to do something about this, like, these shrubs not being dark enough. I mean, compared to the background. So I'll see what I can do. It really needs to darken up. Remember how textured this area was when we first did it? And you guys can see right now, like, how much it's faded, right? It's crazy. Like, things really do fade a whole lot. Abadochi? Thank you for the follow. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Probably not, but thank you so much. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. We're very happy to have you here. Well, I'm glad with how much it's faded already. I'm trying to stay really like light on the watercolors and not go too dark because I really want the emphasis to be on the little boy. So hopefully it stays that way, you know. Lego Jenga, Watercolour, yes, you're on the right stream. Lego Jenga and Watercolour are definitely a great combination, exactly. You know what? You just need to steal his look. You want to wear Ernest chops for his clothes. Happy 4th of July to you too, Italian. I don't really know what that's all about. I'm guessing it's some kind of Independence Day in the States. It's an actual weekend. You didn't get to choose it. A proper vacation is still a long way away. Well, that's great. I feel like you deserve it. I feel like it's about time somebody just like forced you to take time off. Avicii took his own life from the stress of fame. Oh no, that's unfortunate. I feel like a lot of famous people, you know, it just gets overwhelming and that sort of thing just sort of happens. But it is so, so tragic, you know. Alright, so the tree has luckily dried, which means I can kind of take the background further to the other side. That'll be really, really good. Hopefully this section dries a little lighter. I'd love for it to just be slightly lighter, I think. Not too much, but just a little. I'm trying to work other colours in as well. really hard with watercolor. As soon as you start dabbing too much, the paintbrush actually takes off some of the paint underneath, which is kind of a struggle, but part of what you gotta deal with, right? Avicii was only like 28, like many other talented artists like Chester Bennington of Linkin Park faced depression. Oh no. So water painting. What are you painting today? Exactly. So I'm painting Milan Nullings Kishnobi, and he is a character from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. So there's actually a movie about him, but it's also a book. So whether or not you've read the book or watched the movie, highly suggest both. But yeah, Milan Nullings is a character from that, and I am just drawing him. Also gonna have the house in the background, so I'm trying to just build up the background scene at the moment. My main concern right now is that this is going to dry too dark, but I do need to get some contrast going with the background section as well, so not too much I can do about that. We'll just have to work with it, you know. Just gotta deal. It is what it is. Sometimes it's better to be a nobody, even though there's no clout involved. Exactly, like, I mean, if you're not famous, there's so much less pressure on you, right? In some ways, it's a much better life, I feel like. Okay, so I am going to work on essentially building up some layers over here, and hopefully we can get a lovely green going. Again, I'm going to try and muddy that. We have a lovely kind of green to work with. Really like this green. Okay, so I have a bit of a shrub in the background here. And we also have one over there, but that needs to be a lot more faded, so. And I'm going to try and tone that down. Okay, and I want to add some flowers as well. So in the foreground, I will have some of those beautiful hollyhocks. And I don't want the paper to be too wet, so then it's going to spread a bit much. I don't want it to spread super much. I want to get beautiful blending similar to the blue on the right hand section, so I'm going to try and add a couple of different colours. That might be blending just a little too much. We'll see. Okay, and so we also have some more purple looking ones. It's really getting too a bit dark, but we'll see how we go. You can always try and lighten that up. That's very punctual of you. Exactly. Well, Shinobi is kind of known for that around here, isn't he? For sure, imagine every word don't matter. It's a 3 a.m. hey, can you get your autograph and selfish eventually? And you get sick of that, so you can see why, but still sad. Well, that and I feel like everything becomes so meaningless and like you feel like the whole world is sort of set against you. And I feel like that kind of pressure can just get too much, you know? Fame isn't easy, it's heavy for sure. Exactly, yeah. Everybody wants a shout out. Well, they do, but I feel like not everybody wants that sort of fame though. What's the story again? Are you meaning behind Avicii or behind this piece? This piece is Miller Nullings from Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. So he's a little invisible boy, but when he wears clothes, you can obviously see parts of him. Hello, Flat Rabbit. How have you been? You told yourself no matter what happens to you or your channel, you're going to find peace in the outcome. Exactly. I mean, you're supposed to do it for fun, to celebrate your art, to enjoy your art with everybody else, you know. And like, I don't feel like people on Twitch really get to that amount of fame, at least not art streamers, so. You did a watercolor yourself tonight. That sounds awesome. You should post what you did. I would love to see. You caught it this time, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Thanks. Well, I'm glad you could tell. I'm glad you could tell. It's really coming along so well. I'm very, very happy with it. I feel like the colors, like the contrast between the foreground and the background is looking really good. I do need to sort of adjust these trees in the background though, but we will get to that. It's not a big deal. That's okay. I will quickly be right back, guys. Give me just a little bit. You're only enjoying number 3, but you're enjoying it. Hang on, did you post the link? Let me have a look. Oh, that is so cute, Flat Rabbit! I love him! That is so adorable. Guys, have a look at the cute bunny and the butterfly that Flat Rabbit just shared. That is so cute! I love it. Avicii really struggled with thoughts about meaning, life, happiness. It's tough when the right people aren't around for support. Exactly. I feel like that's something just everyone struggles with in general, but yeah, like just having that added pressure from fame and everything else can just make it so much harder. So much harder, right? Finally, a wabbit you like. But the butterfly was epic. The butterfly looks so good. So good. Alright. I am going to add some stalks. Hang on, I'm going to do them in my thin brush. Add some deeper stalks for these flowers over here. I'm probably going to do the same thing on the other side, but no, my brush is so crusty. Just go a little lighter on this side because I don't want this side to be super dark. Steve, thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing? What were you working on? Please share. Guys, can we please have a shout out for Steve Dover, if you don't mind. Awesome pieces, you rock. Keep on rocking. I always love when I see your piece posted on other discords, or my discord, Flatwabbit, or I stumble across it on Instagram, so yeah. Guys, please check out Need for Steve's Twitch account. If you could please give him a follow, that would be amazing. So, what were you working on today, Steve? Do feel free to share. Post the link to your Instagram account if you like. Totally up to you. You were playing Jackbox party games in honor of 4th of July. Well, I hope you had fun. I hope that was awesome. Okay, so I am going to try and add a bit more depth to some of these areas over here. We also have a couple of hollyhocks in the front, so, and they're going to be much less faded, much more detailed actually. Gotta draw them in as well. Need to go slightly darker for these because they are much more in the foreground. Masafra, thank you for the follow, and you too, Crunchroll. Really appreciate that. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Better to have a few type friends than 100 lames. Exactly, exactly. You love arcades. Well, you'll be heading off to the arcade with your friends tomorrow. Something to look forward to. Thunder, that seems awesome. What kinds of games do they play at the arcades? I've never really gone, so... Your parents owned one when you were a kid. Good memories. Welcome to the Watercolour Club. Oils and acrylics are great too, but watercolour, that's it for you. Best of your wishes on the journey. Exactly. I feel like watercolour is this sort of different medium on its own. You gotta understand it for what it is. You can't do the same things with it. But if you let it be what it is, yeah, it's splendid. Okay, so, hang on. I need to go get those hollyhock, references that we had earlier. I don't want to go that dark. You know, I want it to be dark-ish, but not quite that much. It's really being real hard to get the right balance. My favorite thing about watercolors is how you can just blend so many different things together. It really is so forgiving. Absolutely loving all the flowers. You'll be completely transparent. You suck at everything you do. We're all amazing. I don't believe that, Chance the Owl. I don't believe that. I don't think that's true at all. You definitely have a talent. You maybe just haven't discovered it yet. You know, that's the thing. It happens. You're thinking Street Fighter, maybe some gun games and Racer as well. That seems awesome. Sounds like fun. Have you seen Jake Parker's like virtual arcade? He did like uh, what's his name? It's like a skull character. I forgot. But it's really cool. I wish he would actually make a real arcade game out of it because it would be so cool. Absolutely so cool. You're gonna make it a regular thing. That's awesome. Does it cost a lot? Is it like really expensive to go? You will still work on the other mediums, but for some reason it's easier. Well, that's good. That's good. You bet my evaluation, evaluation is skewed, and there's something that you excel at. There's something we all excel at. You just haven't discovered it yet, I think. Easy to dull down, easy to shade. Fur is a little harder though. Fur is one of those things that's just like... yeah, it's real tricky. You really gotta know what you're doing with fur. I'm so happy with the color on this area. It's so beautiful. It's not too saturated and it's also not too dull. Like, I never want my backgrounds to be too saturated because then you sort of lose focus of the character, and I don't really want that. So Miller Nullings' ball is actually like a tan brown. Now, I think I'm gonna do the ball last because it's gonna have to be quite dark. I'm going to focus on the background, and I think I need to fix this section over here. It's beautiful, but the problem with it is it doesn't really stand out very well. So I need that to stand out more. So we're gonna see if we can achieve that. I'm trying to lighten the bottom of this tree slightly. So I do have to do the same for the two trees in the background as well, because you can barely see them, and I want them to be just a little bit more obvious. Middle Art, how are you doing? It is a long time. I haven't seen you streaming for ages. How have you been going? Have you stopped streaming for some time? Guys, can we please have a shout out for Middle Art? He is an amazing art streamer. When you follow him or sub to him, he's got a cool thing that he does. You just gotta go check it out. I'm not gonna give any spoilers. You just gotta visit his stream to figure out what I mean. There you go, guys. Please give Middle Art a follow. Go check out his stream and find out what I'm talking about. It's like a piece of stone that can chisel it and bring out a statue, and others can't, but they can cook amazing. Everyone has something, even if they don't see it. That's cool, that's cool. Seal facts. Seals give the best hugs if you can tolerate their bad breath. Oh no, oh no. I feel like seals need to be in like a mint ad. You know, I would love to see a seal mint ad. Emerald Ocean, I feel like that's the best analogy of like, yeah, like discovering what you're good at. I feel like that's definitely very true. You don't know until you've chiseled it away, you know? Just gotta give it a chance to bloom. There's a myriad of things that humans are capable of. Societal standards tend to keep us down if we are bad at some things, but there's definitely value to other attributes that people might have. Doubting self-worth is a slippery slope. Exactly. I mean, you might be trying to do one thing that's not really what you enjoy or, you know, what you're into. You just got to find out what your thing is, ultimately. All right. Time to do these other trees, guys. I'm really worried. I don't know why I'm so worried. I always get worried when I get to this stage and I'm like, I don't want to mess it all up, you know? But I gotta get some contrast going. You can barely see these, and that is not the point. I feel like that's just a little too dark. If I don't go dark enough, I don't get contrast, but I still want the tree in the foreground to stand out. I feel like I'm probably working with the wrong brush. It's not helping my case. Alright, gotta do the other one. Well, at least we got some contrast going with the background. That's a good start, right? I want to try and get a bit of a smoother blend down the bottom, because it is faded in the background. Drogsma? Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Whereabouts are you from? Artists everywhere, exactly. There's an artist in every one of us. We just gotta find out what we love to do. That's all. Art is life. It really is. Life has been getting in the way, but yeah, back at it. Celeste and you just moved to the city from the country, and life is good. You are amongst the living, and it's great. Well, that's awesome. I'm really glad you guys are, you know, enjoying where you're at. That's really awesome. Hopefully you've settled in nicely and soon you can get your little streaming setup going again and get back into it, you know? That would be great. My printer just decided to go off all on its own. You know, since 7 years now spending money on to new art stuff, well, that's money well spent, right? Nice to see I'm still streaming. Always, Middle Art, always. I love streaming. I love sharing art with everyone, and honestly, it's been the greatest experience. Who needs food? We all just need art stuff. Exactly, we do, right? Right. That is the greatest advice. Art is life. Well, I'm very happy that that created a little unexpected extra layer of trees. I'm really loving how the trees are looking. So happy with everything, really. Didn't really expect this to turn out as good as it did. So hopefully doing the building is not going to be too distracting. I probably won't have time to finish that today because we have been going for quite a while, and well, tomorrow I probably will finish the boy, finish the building and do his ball and everything, and just start like adding some line work. Hopefully we'll have enough time to finish him tomorrow. We'll see. Trash bandits come in white as well. Are trash bandits raccoons? Esophagus, thank you for that follow. Really, really appreciate that. Like a beautiful trash princess. Oh gosh. You're streaming as well right now. Love your artwork. What do you do, Dead Dear Dust? What kind of medium do you prefer? You're from Minnesota. Okay. Well, is it really warm there right now? Okay, so let me have a look. What else can we do? Kind of had wanted to add a fern, but I feel like repeating the flowers throughout is not going to just make one side colourful, so I'm very happy that I did make that decision. I can't wait to do his little jumper, guys. It's gonna be so cute. Yeah, we're having a vampire tea party here every day. Bro, thank you so much for that follow. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Everybody's welcome. But yeah, I am definitely gonna have a really good time doing his little sweater. So he wears like a reddish brownish sweater and it is so cute. I love it. I don't know how much more detail I want to add to the tree. I don't really want it to be too busy. We'll see. Kind of like how it's so faded, but I also do feel like it may just need a little something. So, haven't decided yet. What color is his hat? He's not wearing his hat in these pictures, so... I think I need to draw the little girl, like the strong little girl holding the big rock next. I feel like that's going to be a good one. Dirty Dust, thank you so much for the follow. I have to check out your stream. If you want to post your stream in Discord, there's a link and then all of us can check it out. But yeah, that would be truly, truly awesome. I have to decide, is the bottom area too light? I don't really want to mess with it too much because, you know, I want a lot of contrast on the boy and I want this to have sort of a pastel-y feel as well. So I may just leave it that way. I think we're at a really good spot to maybe stop for the day. And, you know, that way, tomorrow I can finish all of the building. I can finish colouring him and I can start adding in a couple of details like line work, gouache highlights and everything. So if you'd like to see the next step of the process, stick around to the stream tomorrow, or you can obviously watch the VOD, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel because I am trying to currently get to 1,000 followers. So that would be awesome. If you could spare a follow, please, please do. The T-Squad activated. Exactly. I should have another raid message that sort of says like, you know, sending our vampire tea party your way. I'm gonna do that. Necromancers sharing their vampire tea party with you all. I'll think of something catchy. But today we are going to find someone to raid first. So let us see who is the lucky people that get all of you guys' company. You'll follow. If you follow, what happens? Well, the sky will fall. The sky will fall. I'm sorry, but it will, and it's probably not going to be the greatest thing, but, you know. Who decides when Bob Ross goes live? I never understand. How does that work? I kind of want to raid someone who does traditional art. And it's always so hard finding people who do traditional art, especially at this time of the day. There's almost no one doing traditional art. It's really, really so hard. So let's go with Chloe because I don't have a lot of time. Let us raid Chloe. What do you guys reckon? Yeah, the bird's going crazy. Oh, thank you, Lolo. Thank you so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks to all of you guys. Yeah, you get entertainment. If you consider this entertaining, I guess. Depends on you. You follow Sand Experiment. I don't think she is currently... Oh, she is. But I feel like Chloe currently has less viewers. I always like rating someone with, less viewers. You know what I mean? So... Chloe, she's amazing. I love Chloe's art. She's incredible. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, guys, if you can type this message when we raid Chloe, that would be awesome. Because that way she can know that we've all raided her. I'll show you guys a close-up of the piece before we go. So we have a lot of the trees in the background getting some details. Beautiful flacking going on in the foreground. I'm really happy with it. Smaller the better. Exactly. Small community. Close-knit community, right? So yeah. I will raid Chloe. And then yeah, if you guys want to head over there with me, that would be awesome. Hang on. Let me... There we go. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. So until then, I will be streaming same time tomorrow, and we can all go hang out at Chloe's. I will see you soon. Let us raid.